Hey, sports porchers! It's your hockey Jesus, and I'm back for game 43 Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Edmonton Oilers. Well, I missed the last game, didn't give a recap to the Columbus game. Honestly, that game was so disappointing. My goodness, 3-1 lead in the third period, and you give up 2 goals. I really wanted to do some analysis on it, but I'll have to be honest with you. I was so sick to my stomach after that game. I think I literally got physically sick over that loss. I wasn't feeling good before then, and I felt worse after. They did get a point. I mean, they did get a point, but you can't give up loser points to teams that are behind you in the standings. And yeah, they tied them, and the Pens won tonight. Good news. Spoiler alert. But boy, that Columbus game, what a letdown that was. But I was happy to see the boys come out tonight and score 4 goals in the first period, holding on for a 5-3 win. And I tell you, this is not the first time they scored first 4 goals in the first period. You might say, well, that's got to be a record. No, actually, they have had 2 other games where they've been winning 4-1 in the first period. And they've won all 3, all kind of in a strange, different kind of way. The last one was against the Flyers. They were up 4-1 in the first period, and they ended up winning 7-3. And before that, they played Vancouver. They were up 4-1 and had to eke it out for a 5-4 win. I really felt like this game was heading in the Vancouver direction for a little while there. The refs didn't help, and I'm not gonna talk about the refs too much because let's face it, if the Pens were down 5-1, the refs would have given us some stupid power plays just to try and keep the game close. And yeah, a lot of that Rust one, terrible. That Bunning one, it's just his reputation just kind of getting in the way with that one. And that that fake slash, I don't even know what that was. I mean, on Draisaitl even before that. So let's leave those aside for a second. But they were able to hold on for a 5-3 lead. And at the end of the first period, Ned had an .857 save percentage, and he really poured it on in the second and third. It seems really dumb in a game where you're winning 4-1 to be talking about the goalie. I get that if you're not a hockey fan. If you are a hockey fan, you know where I'm going with this. If you're here for the first time, thank you for stopping by, checking out the Hockey Jesus. Maybe you saw our article of the Sports Porch in the Cityscene magazine. You should check that out. It's a good analysis of me and the boys. It's more the boys and me. I'm kind of the third winger on this line, but I'll take it. It's a good article, so maybe you're stopping by for that. But it's just the Pittsburgh Penguins are an enigma to me. They win tonight. That puts them 44 points. 44 points in 43 games. That's cooking. We need to keep the cooking going. I would rather see in 45 and 43. Now you're really getting up there. 45, win a couple more. They got Tampa coming into town on Saturday, and then they got the Senators right after that. These are 2 really important games. Stealing 2 points from Edmonton, which I didn't think they would get, but losing 1 point, I guess you could say losing 1 point to Columbus kind of evens it out. I guess it puts them a point ahead, but they got to get 2 points ahead. This is where the Pittsburgh Penguins are. If they want to get to the 90-point threshold, which is what it's going to take, 45 wins. Remember what I keep saying, 45 wins. Got to get to 45 wins. Right now, they're at 18 and 25, and that's not good enough, but they're trending in the right direction. Here's the problem, and let's just talk about the elephant in the room. The problem is Tristan Jarry. Ned tonight stood on his head when he had to. And I'm telling you, like, I'm thinking to myself, could Jarry do that? And absolutely he cannot. Now, can Ned do it consistently? No, he absolutely cannot either. But in a pinch, when you need a win and you got a guy on a bench to bring in and to get that push for you, Ned's a good shot in the arm in the right direction. While Jari's now going to play one of these two games, and I guess you play him against Tampa because you'd rather beat the Senators. They're the ones you got to jump over to get into that spot. So you want to get both points against Ottawa. Honestly, Tampa Bay Lightning, they're right there too. And Jake's going to be in town, and I know it's going to be some more nostalgia. Hey, speaking of nostalgia, Sid moves into 9th place. All-time in points. That's right. Our Sidney Crosby, 1,642 points, jumps a point ahead of Joe Sakic. Joe was a really good player too. Playing with the Colorado Avalanche, and before that, the Quebec Nordiques. Maybe I should have worn my Quebec Nordique shirt for this segment, but I didn't. So there it is. But Ned to the rescue. He definitely was definitely the reason. 40 saves tonight on 43 shots. Good job, Ned. Way to go, buddy. You're our backup, but I'm telling you, we got to do something better than that. The goals, I'm not even going to go over the goal scorers. It was mostly the first line. DOC got in there. Kevin Hayes scored another goal. The last thing I want to talk about tonight, and Geno was a scratch again tonight. Second game in a row, he was a scratch. I don't have much to say about that. Geno's been a healthy guy the last 2 seasons. If he's taking him off because he's tired, it's fine with me. If he's injured, then, rest. I think it's better that he rests because that second line's an absolute mess right now. They got Cody Glass. Yeah, Cody Glass up there on the second line. Let me tell you, Cody Glass is not the answer on the second line. Maybe you got to give Drew O'Connor a shot. I'd bury Cody Glass on the fourth line with Nieto and Achari, and I know they love Lizotte down there because he looks good with them. Lizotte would look much better playing more minutes on the second line. That, I promise you, is absolutely true. I'd love to see it. I hope the Penguins pull that trigger if Geno's out for a little bit longer of a time. But tonight, the Pittsburgh Penguins, they did the impossible. They finally beat Edmonton. I don't think they've won against Edmonton since like 2019, 2018, somewhere around there. And it's finally good. And the last 2 games, I don't think they even scored a goal. So for them to get 5 tonight against Edmonton, would have liked it to stay around 5-1 to get that goal differential down a little bit. But a win is a win at this point. And it's a Western Conference team, so we don't get as excited about that here on the Sports Porch, the Hockey Jesus broadcast, the sermon to you. But we get excited about every win, especially when the Penguins got to keep trending on that upward scale. Oh, and if you see, I know I spelled rescue wrong. I ran out of E's. So, hey, if you want to send some money my way so I can get some more letters, I'll spell rescue right the next time. So, Pittsburgh Penguins win tonight. That's the first win in 4 games. They've been getting loser points, but they lost the last 4 games in a row. But 3 of those games, they got loser points from. So, really, I guess you could say they got a win and a half out of it. That's why I hate the loser point. The loser point's got to go. NHL, please do something about it. Pittsburgh Penguins win tonight. They're back Saturday night. They play Tampa. That'll be a weird thing. I guess I'm going to have both televisions smoking. Got the Penguins, got the Steelers in a playoff situation. We like the hockey better here on this channel, but sports is sports. We love it all. So, Pittsburgh Penguins win tonight. I know I've said it 6 times, but I love saying Pittsburgh Penguins win. Pittsburgh Penguins win. Pittsburgh Penguins win tonight. And I'll be back on Saturday. Hockey fans everywhere. I hope to see you back. Pittsburgh Penguins fans, let's go Pens.